Today we took advantage quite possibly of one of the nicest days of the year so far, and it really turned out to be a sweet day. Now, I have heard many people say, and Yamaha in some of their advertising says that MT stands for maximum torque. I don't know, maybe they should have named it MF, maximum fun. I don't know. But when I bought this bike, it was a blank canvas for me to customize. I have done so one step at a time over the course of about 18 months, roughly 18 months and 12,000 miles. And most of the changes I've made, I've done them very methodically, thought them through. With John Pothia's help, did some Photoshop work before I painted things and did lettering. But I've done it very carefully. I had a picture in my mind when I bought the bike of what I'd ultimately like it to look like. I pictured it to be like the R1 with silver wheels and blue paint. The windshield took a long time to get right, and it's still a work in progress. Well, one of my goals with restoring motorcycles is to get the exercise I need, and one of the reasons I like to try to ride every day. It's like some people enjoy the treadmill, some people enjoy robbing banks and running when the cops get there. I enjoy riding motorcycles. Doesn't really matter which bike. What matters is getting the weather to cooperate and getting out on the open road. We're going to do that right now. And the golden rule as always is, any day you can ride and breathe in that fresh air and be out on the open road, have all the thrills of riding and going around corners and maybe a deer run out in front of you once in a while, having a Valentine radar detector go off on a regular basis. Motorcycling is a wonderful thing. It keeps you young. And this is the life of a farmer. Before you go riding, you got to water all the plants in. You come back and they're thirsty, you're in big trouble. And we're really having fun with our garden already. We got stuff growing like crazy. Karen's favorite duck in her garden with the 3 babies. Final check of the weather. A few little clouds, mid-60s, riding heaven. Now, we are always prisoners of the weather, but today we had a day and the temperature was perfect and there wasn't a lot of breeze blowing. The roads were clean. I'm not sure it could ever get better than today. Now, I rode through all the back areas rather than taking the direct route up to the riding area. But I have to go through a lot of places where there are homes and people, and I really don't want to annoy anybody with a loud muffler or make it conspicuous that I'm there. I like to kind of be stealth. Oh, in these areas, you see people walking dogs, and just look at this. There's a person walking here. Hey, how are you doing? Nice, quiet motorcycle, not disrupting anybody. As soon as I get out of range, hold the throttle wide open. That muffler is a very special part of this maximum torque package, and I just love the sound. And the sound is not obnoxiously loud like some bikes with aftermarket mufflers are. And of course, once you get away from the houses and you get out into the lake area here, you can let it rip. Nobody's going to hear the sound here, but in those populated areas, you make yourself a world of trouble and hurt. And I'm sure some of these people have complained to the cops in the past about the noise. Now, I had somebody ask me, and it's going to be on the next question and answer video, how does a quick shifter work? Well, it's not going to explain it now, but it's interesting to me how it does work, and I'm going to explain what I do know on the next question and answer video. Yeah, there's a couple areas off the main roads that I really enjoy riding, and these are roads where you can really have a pleasant time, and the only issue is there's a lot of houses there. And in the past, when I've gone by with a loud exhaust, it doesn't sit well with the people. I know when a factory makes an exhaust system, they can tune it for maximum torque, maximum mid-range, maximum high RPM. At this one, I know they've dialed it in for maximum torque. That power band on the MT09, until you've ridden it and ridden it hard, you can't imagine how nice that power band is. And on a day like today where I really wanted to enjoy this trip, it's just really, it adds extra enjoyment to the trip, knowing you're getting 50 miles to the gallon. Even riding it hard, it doesn't seem to matter that much. It's just a 50 mile a gallon motorcycle, I guess. even though this isn't a track-focused bike, I would really love to do a track day with this. Maybe I could talk Luciano into doing one. All right, I think all the hours I put into doing the wheels, the silver wheels on the R1, the silver wheels on this bike. I love the combination of the Yamaha Racing Blue and the silver. A little bit of chrome and a little bit of carbon, polished aluminum, polished titanium. Great. This is one of my favorite little areas where, and why I like to have the forks lowered just a little bit. This is just the best of like 3 or 4 switchbacks in a row. You really have to stay on your toes. And on these back roads where it can get slippery and it can get stones and leaves come out in the road and salt, I always leave the traction control on the most invasive setting, and that means the bike will never do a wheelie. Nice safety feature for me. I don't want to do wheelies. That is the only bike in my humble collection that has ABS, and I was skeptical, and I was thinking, oh, I don't need ABS. What's the point and everything? And the first time it rescued me, and I mean rescued me, that I was so happy to have it, and I really wish I had it on more of my bikes. Another feature that works well for me is the seating position, the ergonomics of this bike. They fit my ergonomics pretty well. Now, I got this bike for my 75th birthday present, and again, thank you, Karen. I looked at other bikes with Luciano. He tried to convince me to get the Kawasaki Cafe Racer. I sat on both of them, and I was just more comfortable. That's what made the final decision, and boy, was I lucky. And this time of year, the shrubs are out in full force, all the different beautiful plants, and pretty soon we're going to be in the early spring flower season. Just couldn't be any nicer. And over the time I've had the bike, and it started with a blank canvas, and I have done one step at a time. It's been a very unusual thing because I usually don't work on my restorations that way. I've done this not even a restoration, just modification, one step at a time. Now, the ride home ended with me replaying this whole day in my mind. It was the very, very nice, almost 4 hours of beautiful ride and beautiful weather, 50 miles a gallon. And I just don't know what else you could do with to stay fit and fiddle when you're in your 70s. So what a beautiful day this was. Absolutely beautiful. Could not be nicer. Just took advantage of a beautiful day. I assume everything's going well on the farm. We aren't harvesting yet though. Oh, but it's gonna come. It's coming soon. What a great day. Wow. Just a spectacular day. What can I say? There isn't even any wind blowing now. Wow, we had some crazy days and looked like rain, didn't rain, rained when it shouldn't. Today was just perfect. And I hope you did enjoy, hey, as much as I do, enjoy sharing this ride with us. Now, I really do enjoy, of course, going on these rides and try to ride every day I possibly can. I enjoy the MT09 beyond anything I can tell people, and they get sick of me saying it. I'm sure they get sick of hearing it. Well, it's just too bad, I guess. I really have lucked out with getting the bike that fit my riding style that I was looking for. I just can't say how happy I was that I got this bike. Maybe I would have been just as happy with the Kawasaki Cafe Racer. I don't know. But I know I'm happy with this. But anyway, all beside the point now. We are coming up on absolutely the best part of the year. Every day just seems to get a little nicer than the day before. I actually got out my summer riding gear, just cleaned it up and got all the bugs off it and everything. We're coming up on that part of the year. So I hope you did enjoy sharing this ride with us and all the little adventures we seem to have along the way with our friends. And don't forget your Valentine radar detector. Thanks so much for watching.